Two shits. Alright, I'm just making sure it's connecting to the YouTube. I do. Oh yeah, we're good. Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Hello, Degens! Merry Christmas from all of us here at Degenerate Takes to you. I am the Brofect One, AJ, and with me, as always, is the one who knows everything, the one with the numbers, the sportsbook whisperer, Mr. Noah Engelbretson. Noah, how the hell was your Christmas today?
It was, it was interesting. It was a COVID Christmas, but I got to watch the Packers get a nice W, which is always a good thing. Always makes my day. So happy about that.
Yeah, no, that's good, man. Glad to hear. Obviously, your Packers getting a nice win today, and we'll get into that in just a second. But I gotta just let everybody know that we do have a poll going on right now that we will discuss later in the show. It is which quarterback was more disappointing, Kyler Murray or Baker Mayfield, both of the losing side of the ball tonight. And you know what, Baker though, he kind of played like he had torn labrum, with all those interceptions and everything like that. But then he was just making these bullet passes and stuff where, it's just like, God damn, how did you complete that with all your injuries and everything? You think these injuries are starting to be a little bit more, what's it called? What I'm saying, like, exaggerated. Thank you for your help there, Noah. I appreciate it. But do you think they're exaggerating these injuries a little bit more, maybe, than they
Um,
should, or than they actually are?
Funny
Maybe
enough, I kept my
because
mouth
Baker
shut there. I
Mayfield is
was,
on a, what's it called? This is his contract year.
yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. I was, the word I was going to fill in with was bullshit, but I guess that was maybe the wrong answer. Um, I don't know. Like if you're injured and it's going to affect your play, just don't fucking play.
Yeah, absolutely. But when
And I don't know if that's a Baker decision and or organizational decision, like what it is, but I would take a fully healthy Case Keenum over an injured Baker. So if his shoulder is contributing to his bad play, which I don't think it is, I think it's just Baker not being that great of a quarterback. Um, but if it is his shoulder contributing to some of those bad throws that led to all those picks, they would have been better off with Case Keenum.
yeah,
If the shoulder has nothing to do with his throwing accuracy, which is what I think is the case, it's just Baker's not that good of a quarterback.
and honestly, God, no, I try to be positive about a lot of these younger guys because some of them, like Baker, are just thrown into terrible situations. Kevin Stefanski, though, seems to be a pretty solid head coach, a good locker room, good culture. They got rid of the, what's it called? No, you're gonna have to help me with these words today, dude. I'm at a
Stigma?
lot. Parasite. That is
Oh.
Odell Beckham Jr. And yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with Baker because they're either gonna have to sign him or Case Keenum, I guess, could start for you because there's not really going to be anyone on the market that's going to want to go to Cleveland. Not a good draft class. I think they maybe tag him next year, sign him to a 1-year deal, and see what they can get done if he can perform.
I think Keenum would be a good like 1 or 2 year bridge until they can like get somebody in the draft or something
I
that
could
they
see
really
him.
want.
Yeah, I could see him as a 1-2 year bridge. That'd be a
But I
pretty good
think you get
position
rid of
for him.
Baker. I think you get rid of Baker because he doesn't have the best attitude. He's not that good of a quarterback. Like
No,
he's
he's
just
not.
I don't really have anything positive to say about Baker Mayfield. It's kind
Um,
of at the end of the day, like that's kind of the thing. I just have nothing positive to say about him.
I gotta unfortunately agree with you on that, dude. There was just so many bad decisions made, like, and mistakes that just shouldn't be made by a quarterback of his quote unquote stature and everything. Your boy Raj though started scaring the shit out of me in the third quarter, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers' offense fell flat on its face in the second half. Luckily, the defense was there to like keep us in the game and ultimately
Yeah.
win the game for us. Obviously, a missed. And it hurts me to say it, but yeah, that was a missed call at the end that should have been a holding on that
Yeah.
game-sealing interception. I'm not saying, and here's the thing though, that like that very well may have not impacted the outcome of the game, and it may have, but it was a missed call. It happens a lot with these NFL
Yeah.
refs. The funniest thing I think is Browns fans blaming the refs for this loss, and I'm like,
No, 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 no.
they
Not the
made
ref's
one
fault on this.
they made one bad there was one bad missed call in crunch time at the end, but your boy Baker still threw a fuck ton of interceptions and played
Yeah.
terribly. So
I mean, two
and the play
touchdowns,
calling
four
wasn't good
interceptions,
either.
222 yards. You can't really win a football game with numbers like that.
No, so I mean, at the end of the day, the sacks and the turnovers that the Packers defense forced won them the game. There was one bad call, but didn't didn't influence the outcome that much.
No, 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 no. Definitely didn't influence the outcome. Like some calls in another game that we can talk about, Noah. Do you want to talk about this game, Noah? Because I really want to talk about this game. Or do you have anything else to say about the Packers and Aaron Rodgers' record-breaking game?
Um,
And congrats to
honest,
Rodgers on breaking
this
Brett Favre's record.
Yeah, I also thought it was really cool. Apparently, per Rogers' request, he's sending that football, I'm sure signed and everything and whatever, to Brett Favre's 10-year-old grandson.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah, I thought that was a cool little anecdote there. And, um, say what you will about Rogers, but I feel like that's pretty cool there. I mean,
Yeah, that's a classy move. That's a class. The kid is probably a big Packers fan, big fan of Rodgers, and yeah, hey, and that's gotta be kind of little gamesmanship there with Farvey there. Whenever he goes over to his grandkids' house, he's got to see the ball that broke his record. I mean, he's a clever little fucker, dude. He's a
yeah,
smart
but
little fucker, dude.
I don't know if you saw it on the video board, but when Rogers broke the record, Favre had like a pre-recorded message they played at Lambeau
Yeah.
Field. Yeah, he was like, he was like, whatever, like, congrats, yada, yada, yada. He's like, there's just one thing I want from you, Aaron. It's like, go win us another Super Bowl.
Whew.
This
Well,
is,
your run defense was.
yeah, it was suspect, but whatever. I feel like this is like a fairy tale, like, storybook movie type of year for the Packers. I feel like they have to win the Super Bowl this year. I feel like they have to.
I
It's just
don't disagree. I really can't. I
all the
can't
stars
disagree with
are
you.
all the stars are aligning, and there's just that like feeling in the air that it's like the Packers are going to win this and like make it a big story. And then Rodgers is going to have a tough decision. He's going to end up coming back. This is the whatever you learn in like English class in high school, where it's I forget like
Hero's
we're at,
Journey by
the hero.
what's that fucker's name?
I don't
Comment if
I
you
don't know.
remember it because he wrote the Hero's Journey and everything.
But yeah, it's exactly that. It's the hero's journey that like you learn like Aaron Rodgers, like he's going through his struggle. He's gonna get
And then
past it. He's
out.
gonna come
And
back
then they
to the
come out and
Packers.
lose the first game miserably.
No. But I'm saying like now at this point, like the Packers
Yeah.
are gonna like they're gonna like win this year. Rodgers is gonna come back. They're gonna like fucking three-peat and become a like major dynasty. And Rodgers is never gonna leave the Packers, even though he was like that close to leaving the Packers. He's just not going to end up leaving. He's going to win like 3 or 4 more Super Bowls. He's going to cement himself as better than Tom Brady because he's done more with less. And Rodgers, watch him win like 4 MVP awards in a row.
I can see that, especially if he
Like,
stays in Green Bay, because that connection with him and Devontae is just disgusting, dude.
and Devontae is waiting to see what
He's waiting to
Rodgers
see.
does.
Yeah.
Because if Rodgers stays, Devontae is 100% staying. If Rodgers leaves, he's leaving. Like, that's what it is. I think it's funny after the game today, Jimmy Johnson was like, "Oh yeah, Devontae, like what his decision could influence Rodgers." I'm like, no. You got
No,
that
no, no.
completely
It's
backwards because Devontae won't make a decision until he knows what Rodgers is doing.
and Devontae will wait and wait and wait until Rodgers makes that decision. It's gonna make it. He's gonna be in a difficult position because I could see negotiations with Rodgers being dragged out, and then he ends up signing or not signing, and then
Well,
Devontae's
that
left in a position like,
no, but because of salary cap, that'll be a stipulation of Rodgers
yeah.
probably staying. Is that they work out a deal with Devontae, and I'm sure deals will both probably be announced on the same day if they happen.
And that was
I'm
a big
hoping they
thing
do.
that he mentioned like this offseason was he wants his guys there. He was tired of them sending away the guys that he liked playing with and the guys that were good. So we'll really see if that holds true and what
But
they do there.
I'm just saying, Brady went what a 10 or 11 year drought without winning a Super Bowl. I mean, obviously he made it to Super Bowls, but lost
Yeah.
the ones he was in. But I think he went 10 years in his career
Yeah,
without Super
Rodgers is
Bowls.
10, right?
And Brady's also won like multiple in like a short window of time. I'm saying Rodgers still has time to do that. The national discussion, obviously, unless Rodgers wins more Super Bowls, people aren't going to be on the same page. But here's my thing: Brady's only won 3 MVPs.
Yeah.
Rodgers now the front runner, also 3 MVPs in like what 2/3 of the seasons played that Brady's had. If Rodgers wins his fourth, I think MVPs speak more to the quality of quarterback than Super Bowls, which I have clearly stated in the past. I think are Super Bowls are a team stat; they're not a quarterback stat. MVPs are an individual stat. I think on an individual level, Rodgers has a more decorated and better career than Brady.
That is very interesting to think. But my argument then is how many Super Bowl
But
MVPs has Brady won?
like 2 or 3 out of the 7,
So 2, 3 on top of he's won 2, right?
huh?
He's won 2, right? 2
Rodgers?
regular season MVPs? No, Brady.
Oh no! Brady has 3 MVPs. Rodgers has 3, but Rodgers is
So
now in the lead.
but
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 Brady's
Brady has
played.
3 MVPs and 2 or 3 Super Bowl MVPs. So I'm gonna do
I
some
think
simple
he
math really quick, and that's 5 to 6 MVPs total.
Super Bowl MVP is an MVP of a game. Nick Foles has the same amount of Super Bowl MVPs as Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco has the same amount of Super Bowl MVPs as Aaron Rodgers. Super Bowl MVP
Yep.
doesn't matter. That just means you played well in one game. I mean, Julian Edelman has one. Adam Vinatieri, I think, maybe won one. I don't even fucking know.
He probably did.
But
He's the greatest kicker of all
um,
time.
I'm just saying, Super Bowls are a team accomplishment, but MVP awards are an individual statement to how well you played that season. Although I will say it's biased because it's literally just a fucking quarterback award. But
Well, hey, I'll get our intern, aka me, to clip this, and when or if Rodgers wins his fourth MVP, then we'll have a conversation. We'll have another
oh,
conversation.
I wasn't necessarily just talking about the fourth. I'm saying if Rodgers stays with the Packers, if he keeps playing, if he ends his career with like 6 or 7
Yeah.
MVP awards and only has, say he wins one more Super Bowl and has 2 Super Bowls, but he has like 6 or 7 MVPs, and Brady only has 3 MVPs but 7 Super Bowls. I think if you're talking about GOAT, greatest of all time, the best quarterback, I think Rodgers takes that if he has the same amount of MVPs, 2 Super Bowl rings. Because Super Bowls are a team stat. You need a whole fucking team
Yes,
to win
no,
a
I
Super
get
Bowl.
it. I
You
get
could be
it.
on you could be on a 500 team and still win MVP because you are the most valuable player. You are the most valuable to your team.
Well, Noah, from talking about MVP favorites to people that were in the MVP race and then just took a shit and threw it away, to a team that was number one in the NFL, unarguably number one in the NFL, to a team now who I think is very suspect and questionable to early playoff bounce. The Arizona Cardinals lost in terrible fashion to the Indianapolis Colts, 22-16. No, cracking a cold one is exactly what I did when I saw the final score because Jesus Christ, dude, what was that, dude? Like I'm wearing this like with pride. However, how do you play that bad? Kyler Murray, 27 for 43, 245 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. At least you didn't throw a pick, bro. Thank you. But then rushing for 4 carries, 74 yards. You really can't, like, bro, we need Kyler Murray is a running quarterback. You need a running quarterback to run the ball. It's like having Lamar Jackson just kind of sit back there in the pocket. What are you doing? You're taking away half your playbook. And then our defense, we couldn't, bro,
They
we couldn't
played
stop a
well.
fucking Pop Warner team from running.
They played well.
On what planet?
What do you mean on what fucking planet? They shut down the run. Carson Wentz didn't have a good game. Jonathan Taylor's first run of the game was like, what, 41, 43 yards?
Yes.
Something like that. His final stat line, he had 27 carries for 108. You take away
Yes.
that one, you take away the 43 yards on the first carry. You take that away. It was the very first carry, the very first play the Colts ran on offense. And so you take that away, and he's got 65 yards on 26 carries. No receptions.
Okay. So I
Complete,
understand the stat line.
completely neutralized Jonathan Taylor.
I understand
The
that. However,
the defense played really well. No, it was. I think it was special teams. The offense giving up a safety, missed extra points and field
that
goals.
safety hurt.
The Cardinals should have won this game by 10 points. They should have won this probably 30-20. Should have been probably the final score. The Cardinals killed themselves. This was
They did.
not
They
about the
really did.
Colts.
They do this shit
This
every year, dude. It's
this
terrible.
game had nothing to do with the Colts. The Cardinals literally shot themselves in the foot like 18 times this game.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you. The Cardinals are the worst enemy of the Cardinals right now. And it's just as simple as that. They keep dropping balls. They keep blowing coverages. And it's just in key moments that it happens. They are blowing a lot of third downs. They're blowing a lot of fourth downs and letting these teams continue these drives so that we are down by less. We're down by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. We can't. I'm sorry, excuse me. I lost my train of thought. I'm so mad about this freaking game. We don't allow ourselves the opportunity to come back because we allow them to prolong those drives that should be 3 and out, but we just choke on third down and fourth down. And with a lot more people going for it on fourth down with the analytics and all that bullshit, it's a rough one for the Cardinals. Kyler Murray and the receivers need to really take some time this week and, I don't know, get a beer or something and get the chemistry going because it was like they had never played together, bro. 27 for 43. We cannot have that if we want to make a run in the playoffs.
God. Yeah, I mean, you look at the team stats though, and like the Cardinals pretty much played better in almost every aspect of the game.
Yeah. But who gives a shit what the stats say? Because
No, I'm fully aware of that. My second half of that was going to be they just didn't get the job done.
no.
Um, and it wasn't about turnovers. It wasn't about anything else. It was you just missed opportunities. I yeah,
And I do think
it's just tough because I mean, you had a couple turnovers on downs, on fourth down, a missed field goal, a missed extra point, safety given up on a botched snap. Like these are things that
such a
you like.
bad snap.
These are things you should not be doing as a playoff caliber team in the NFL, which
Exactly.
are the reasons if you're a Cardinals fan, you should be very nervous about this Cardinals team, and they're probably not going to go that deep into the playoffs because they're making stupid mistakes.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. And, if the Packers run away with this season, they win the Super Bowl like we've been talking about, they get a little bit stronger on defense, they stop that secondary, they're going to go on a run, and the NFC is going to be even more challenging than it has been, which is hard to believe, but it's only going to get better. And maybe the AFC will step it up next season, but it's not looking like it. Carson Wentz, though, I do want to say shout out. Not a lot of stupid mistakes or anything like that. 0 interceptions, 2 tutties, 18 for
He didn't
28 with
play.
225 yards. He didn't play
He didn't
great.
play. He didn't play well though.
No, I agree with you. He didn't play well.
Missed
But if
his.
he can play like this, Jonathan Taylor usually is good for 150, 200 yards. So, when they can keep him going and stuff, they can keep it close. And that defense, as long as the defense can keep it close, the defense still looks strong. And I really like.
Despite missing Darius Leonard this game,
Yeah. Darius
he was
Leonard
out.
out. Was that COVID, right?
Yeah, and God, they had shreds of their offensive line. I mean, they
Their
basically
offensive line was all second strings, bro. And their depth, don't get me wrong, they showed me, they're second strings, but at the same time, they were still able to give Wentz enough time on some plays. Cardinals couldn't get any penetration towards the end of the game if they tried. It was terrible. It was miserable football to watch. It was a terrible way to end what was a great Christmas day. But hey, we get past it.
fine by me though. I mean, no skin off my back.
Yeah. All right.
Feels good to be it feels good to be a Packers fan.
I'm done bitching. I'm done moaning about my team. Or although I can bitch and moan about another one of my teams. Noah, you down to do something we don't get to do often and go to the hard court NBA? Hell yeah, dude. Just a couple of games I want to talk about on there. Let's start with Golden State Warriors going to the Phoenix Suns, 116 to 107. Whew. It was, Golden State really had this game in the first half. Golden State had it in the first quarter, excuse me. The Suns came back in the second quarter, kept it kind of close in the third, and then Golden State just kind of ran away with it. It was a shootout towards the end, but the last minute and a half, really, Golden State shut it out. Steph Curry, how did he do today, dude? Because I didn't get to see his stat line. He played 37 minutes. He was 10 of 27 in field goals, 5 and 16 for 3-pointers, 8 and 9 from the free throws. So not too bad of a game. 33 points.
The Suns were actually they were up at halftime.
They were up at halftime. That's right.
Tied at the end of the third quarter, and then they just got blasted in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they got murdered. Devin Booker getting 40 minutes, 5 and 19 from the field goal, 1 and 5 for 3-pointers, 2 and 2 for free throws. Total of 13 points. Chris Paul went off. He got 21 points. Did he get a no double-double or anything like that? How did our boy Aiden do?
21, 8, and 6 for Chris Paul. 8 and 18, 7 boards, 1 assist.
Not bad.
Nobody too crazy. But on the other side of things, you had Draymond going for 8 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, almost grabbing that triple double. It
Yeah.
seems like for him, half the time the toughest part of the triple double for Draymond is the points.
Yeah. Assist, rebounds, he can do all night, but
He just he, do- he
also
just doesn't he doesn't usually shoot the ball very much.
no, no, he really doesn't. I will say, in my
Uh,
opinion, the bigger story coming out of this game is that Klay Thompson still not active. He was predicted to come back around this time, so look for him in the next couple weeks. Obviously, coming off of that injury, they're going to want to make sure he's all the way back, ready to go. But he was promoted from G League, so he's should be back anytime at this point.
yeah, we are we are live right now, correct?
Yes, we are live
Uh,
on the YouTube.
so we do have a little bit of sport action still going on. The Mavs are up 5 on the Utah Jazz with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Luca on the COVID list, so he is out, but the Mavericks are still up by 5 on the Jazz. In case anybody wanted an update.
So if you're listening live, I mean, call your bookie, go on your app, do what you got to do, get some late night action
Yeah.
in.
Uh,
Don't get this opportunity
Kristaps
often.
Kristaps is having a great game.
I will say I'm
So is
shocked that the Mavs
Jalen
and
Brunson.
the Jazz are the late game. I would have swore it would have been our Phoenix Suns.
I mean, same time zone, right? I mean, Utah and
I guess it's
Phoenix.
but I guess it's also a better game. The Phoenix Golden State was a better game, so you put that in prime time on the East Coast.
Yeah, but they also had like a Lakers game that they could have put as the late one.
Oh, but you don't put a shitty Lakers team. It's Lakers Nets. That's the LA market and the New York, your two biggest markets. You
That's
gotta put that where they put that.
viewership wise, that's the biggest game, which is probably I don't know. They probably know more than I do about like where to slot these games and shit. But
Yeah. But that game was, whew. You wanna can we talk about that game, bro? Because I mean,
I didn't fucking watch it because you know me, I'm like fuck the NBA. The NBA is
I know
stupid fucking bullshit. It's shit basketball. That's my
it is.
opinion. If
But
if
due to
if
my
you're
job
if you're a
and
fan
what
of
I
the
do, I gotta
NBA,
watch it.
I watch it so I can cover it and I can bet on it and shit like that. But I do not like the NBA. I think it's a shit brand of basketball. College basketball is fantastic because the kids actually want to fucking win the games. Got
Yeah, so they can get those contracts.
Let me specify. Playoff NBA playoffs very different, but
Yes.
regular season NBA is shit because God, these superstars like people just these players don't fucking care half the time.
They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
It
And
and I fully think, and that's my stance. I think the NBA is a shit brand of basketball,
yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more.
which
Couldn't
is why
agree
I
with you
don't.
more.
Which is why I don't usually watch much of the regular season
No, I don't blame you,
because
man. I usually don't either, but it was
it's
on,
just
so I watched it.
garbage basketball.
You got the Brooklyn Nets beating the Los Angeles Lakers 122 to 115. I mean, the Nets without
KD.
why is my brain doing this to me tonight? Yeah, KD, thank you so much. Without KD, James Harden stepping up though, getting 36 points in the game. And it was really the Nets all night long. LeBron James and the Lakers, they tried, but they suck, dude. They're so bad. Russell
They
Westbrook
might
really
miss.
showing up.
They might miss the playoffs. I'm sure they'll fucking find a way to squeak in, but
They might be in the play-in, but yeah, I mean, they keep playing like that. I mean, they're 16 and 18 right now, so they're 2 games below 500. But oh man, they are
Bro,
scary. Like that's scary if
the
I'm a Lakers fan.
the funniest are these like NBA or LeBron fanboys. Like I see it on these Twitter threads, and people are like, it's like, the Lakers might miss the playoffs, and you're like, oh, well, if LeBron's not in the finals, it's gonna be a stupid bullshit finals, and nobody's gonna watch, just like last year. And I'm like, excuse me, I
Uh,
thought last year's finals were very entertaining. I watched every single game of it.
More
Probably
watched
the first,
than the last finals in
probably
the
the first
bubble.
time ever, probably the first time ever I've watched every game of an NBA Finals was last year. Obviously, Phoenix Suns. I got a little bit of a obligation to watch that, but either way, I'm like, and I don't know. I get it, maybe with the average NBA fan and everything, but I feel like most of the casual viewers want to see different matchups. They don't want to just fucking see
Yeah.
LeBron against KD every single fucking year in the
Oh,
finals.
100% agree. And
Like that's
this
bullshit.
Lakers
I
team,
lost so much interest in the NBA when it was just Cavs Warriors every single fucking year.
no, absolutely, and a lot of people did. And the Lakers are just such a bad basketball team. This whole experiment that LeBron tries to do all the time, getting a bunch of all stars and stuff on a team, it just doesn't work, dude. Dwight Howard was a starter and he played 6 minutes. I don't know if he got injured or anything. I didn't watch it that closely, but I mean, if he wasn't injured, you can't have your starter play 6 minutes. LeBron James getting old too. Can't have him play 40 minutes a game, bro. Like he
Can't have him
is.
play. Can't have him play 3 days in a week.
Yeah, you really can't. Can't anymore, dude. And this is
He's,
why this AD
you,
is gonna get shipped out probably.
you got 3 games scheduled in the week. I guarantee you, LeBron's resting one of them.
He has to because he's playing 40 minutes whenever he does step on the court. Because he has to because AD's out and AD is
And their
playing
bench
like
is
he's in the
shit.
prime of his career. Oh, their
And their
bench is
bench
so bad, dude.
because
So bad.
they literally expended all their cap on like paying max salaries to 3 different players.
Unbelievable, dude.
I,
They're gonna,
I, I
they're gonna miss the playoffs, dude. That's awesome.
and I don't even like LeBron as a person, man. I just like he's
Oh
fucking
yeah, me
annoying.
neither.
He's a fucking bitch. And Russ is a bitch too. I haven't seen anything, so I won't talk any shit about AD because I haven't seen anything personally about him. So I
Well,
can't
no one's seen
personally.
anything about AD because he's been injured.
Okay, no, but I'm just saying like social media, off the court, whatever. Like I
Oh,
I have I have no ammo to shoot at AD, so I'm gonna leave him alone. But LeBron and Russ are both fucking bitches, and they fucking whine.
mm,
They're whiners. They're whiners. They're complainers. They just cry about shit. Um,
oh, that they do.
this might be my
Oh,
I might hate this might be my most hated Lakers team that I've ever seen, and I've never really cheered for the Lakers, but I might hate this team more than any other just because it's fucking annoying. Clearly, LeBron's never gonna be a GM in the sport of basketball
he can't
this
put a team together to save his fucking life.
because of this completely failed experiment. If I'm yeah no if I'm AD, I'm fucking leaving as soon as I can.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But the rumors I've been hearing is AD for Ben Simmons, and I like that trade. I think Ben Simmons fits in that system a lot better.
And so you think AD goes and plays the 4 while Embiid plays the 5 in Philly? Because they
Yeah,
already have Tobias Harris. I mean, I don't know that that's a great fit.
I don't think it's a great. I don't think it's about a fit at this point. I think it's you got two people on two teams that aren't doing shit for you, and so
I
it's a
think
change of
I th-
scenery maybe or something like that. Because you get AD in there, I think Harris rides the bench.
I think Celtics would be.
Ooh.
That would be a very, 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 very interesting trade. Obviously, the Celtics would have to give up a lot to get AD. And the Celtics and the Lakers, despite being in opposite conferences, are still kind of rivals.
Yeah.
But could you imagine Jason Tatum and AD pairing up there?
That is something that'd be very interesting. I'd be a fan of that.
The Knicks would be another team that would be very interesting. If you, especially the way that Kemba has been playing the last couple games, holy
Dude,
fuck!
Kemba's been.
Oh my god, why did we lose track of Kemba? Why was he a backup for like the first third or quarter of the season on the Knicks? Because you get some injuries, and now we have Kemba just putting up crazy numbers the last couple games.
Oh, it's
Like when he
unbelievable.
finally gets back into the starting rotation, crazy. They got Julius Randle. If you bring in AD, and I don't know what you're gonna have to ship out, but if you keep Kemba and Julius Randle and you bring in AD, I feel like if you're the Knicks, you're a fucking powerhouse in the East. You can
Yeah.
compete with the Bucks and the Nets.
No, 100%. 100%. That would be very interesting. But my statement from
I
the
don't,
beginning of the season
I
still
don't think,
stands. You fade the
I don't,
Lakers.
I don't, I don't think the Lakers are shipping AD off anytime this season, but could be
They
very
could, though.
interesting if they decided to, if their record gets bad enough.
Absolutely. Noah, I do want to talk about two more things really quick. We have two games,
Mac
college
overs.
basketball. Oh, you want to talk back overs real quick?
Oh, I thought you were alluding to that. I was just saying Mac overs, and like, you know,
Yeah, Mac over is still hitting, bro, right?
yeah, we're up to 5-1 on Mac overs. Mac teams are
Jeez.
1-5 in bowl games, I think. But every time that a Mac team has lost their bowl game, the over is hit. The one time that they won, Miami of Ohio, the over did not hit. But we got what, two more? I think two more Mac games. So um, we're planning on a 6-1 on the over. Rip the Mac. They're gonna hit those overs. They like points. They like points.
They do love points, bro. Who doesn't love points? And who doesn't love betting
And
overs, honestly?
AJ,
Yeah.
take it away.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about some college basketball. Noah, we have two games today. We were supposed to have four, but two of them canceled due to COVID concerns, that being Stanford versus Vandy and UNI versus Hawaii. So the two games we do have today, Wyoming versus UCF being the first one. Wyoming, Noah. Now,
They're a
I've been betting on
powerhouse.
them the last
They're a
couple
powerhouse.
weeks.
I mean, U of A embarrassed them, but you know we're damn good. So
Yeah. I'm liking this Wyoming team a lot. I think I'm going to keep betting on them, honestly. Their ATS
I
is not that bad.
I don't hate that at all. I mean, I bet on Wyoming today. I took a -7.5. They won by what, like 20 something. I mean, they
Won by
absolutely
20
killed them.
exactly. Yeah, no, murdered them, dude. It was beautiful.
Yeah, covered the 7.5 easy. I had by the way, gotta shout myself out real quick.
Excuse me. What up?
Over the last 5 days, I've put together 4 college basketball parlays. If you've been following our episodes, I have highlighted those.
You have.
I'm 3 out of 4 on parlays the last 5 days. Unfortunately, 2 of my winners have been cut short by one bet, so the payout has been a little bit less. That's still fine. They've still been winners. I had a 4-leg cut down to a 3. I had a 3-leg today cut down to a 2. but they still won. They still won. They're still winners.
That's all that
They're still
matters.
winning parlays. So I'm just saying, college basketball parlays. Follow me if you want to hear about some more college basketball parlays. Follow us. Degenerate Takes, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Follow my personals. But yes, today I had Wyoming -7.5. I had Liberty +7.5. Liberty losing by 5 to BYU.
Yeah, Lib losing by 5 to BYU, covering the spread, but damn, I had the money line, dude, and it looked good for a while, honestly, and until it didn't, and it does happen that way sometimes. BYU's still, they're questionable. They win the games they're supposed to win. It's just a question by how well they're going to play in those games and how much they're going to win by. They're a scary team to bet on the spread for.
I disagree. I think they're an easy team to bet ATS against at this point in the
against,
season.
Yes.
I know we were texting, not for today's game, but the last round of games, which I think they took a day off yesterday on Christmas Eve day, and so the last game they played was on the 23rd, and they were playing Vandy. Vandy was the underdog, and I told you I liked Vandy, and you were like, "Oh, BYU," and I texted you, and I was like, "You do realize this is BYU basketball, not football?"
Yeah, and I said yes. And fucking
yeah, they're not the same wagon in basketball that they are in football. I mean, they're just
no, absolutely, not even a little bit, man.
I mean, their best player is a transfer from Arizona who transferred because he wasn't getting fucking playing time.
Yeah, and he wasn't getting playing time for a reason. Anyway,
and he wasn't getting playing time in the fucking dark ages of Arizona. This was when we didn't have this was unranked Arizona. Still wasn't getting much playing time.
No, yeah, you're not that good at during that time of Arizona basketball. I don't blame you for transferring out and trying something else. Anyway, Noah, do you have any other thoughts on the awesome action that was Christmas Day?
Yeah, I just gotta say, man, I mean, because I threw Vandy out there, don't bet against Scottie Pippen's son. Dude's a fucking stud. If you're able to bet props on college basketball players, slam that over every single time. I mean, dude averages 26, 27 points a game. He's crazy.
Unreal.
Vandy is a shit team, but they have they have a really, 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 really good player on a shit team.
Yeah.
So
no, absolutely. Maybe look for him to transfer next year, depending on how Vandy does.
Well, I don't think he will. He'll go to the NBA. He won't need a transfer.
Oh yeah, he'll be a one and done. You right.
He's gonna be a first round pick, so it's not gonna matter.
Fair. Well, all I have to say is, thank God sports are back. That one day off was.
It was brutal. It kind of hurt.
That was rough, man. It was like a shout out to the dark ages,
Thank God it was over the holidays, because if this was just a random day throughout the year, if it was just like February 19th.
Yeah.
And there was zero sports, I don't know what the fuck I would do.
No fucking idea.
At least I had the holidays. I had family. The drinks were flowing.
Yeah, you had stuff to do, but
I didn't feel like I missed out on any sports because of family and the holidays. But I'm saying if there were postponements and this shit happened in the middle of some random month, that would have been terrible. I don't know what the fuck I would have done.
Oh man,
just kind of
Like, I'm
sit
worried
there and
about
like
when it's
maybe
July
maybe
and there's two baseball games on, and then they both get canceled for COVID. Like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
yeah, like what do
Cricket.
I do? Like start a Netflix series or
What the
something like
fuck?
that? I
No,
mean,
I can't
I
bet
don't
on that.
know exactly.
That's when you go
I,
out on the porch and you gamble on the color of the car that's gonna drive by next.
that's when you go find your 85-year-old neighbor who loves alcohol, and you bring him a little bit of whiskey and a cigar, and you go, hey, you want to play a little dice? And and then the two of you sit on his porch and you start rolling a little
Shoot
dice.
some dice.
Like I said, you come with the peace offering of whiskey and a cigar,
Yeah.
and he's all super happy because he's not. You're giving him more attention than his family gives him in a typical month, and he's like, "Oh hell yeah!" So he's down to throw some money on that. You win, he wins. I don't know. It doesn't matter who wins. You both have a great time. You play some
You
dice.
got to gamble a little bit.
You get to gamble. You scratch that itch of gambling, and you also give that neighbor probably the best day of the year that he's had. Even better
Oh,
than
he's
his
probably having a great
family.
time.
Even
Yeah,
better
he's
than
probably
his
having a.
family because you're just like, hey, here's some whiskey, here's a cigar, let's gamble.
Oh yeah, he'll tell his
There's
grandson and be like, "Hey, why don't you shoot dice with me?"
no, he won't say anything. He's just gonna like you better than he likes his family.
Oh man. Oh man, that'd be great. You know what? No, if that does happen, I will knock on every door with a bottle of whiskey and a cigar and ask people to shoot dice with me. If this ever, if like the sports ever go down, I will go do that.
Might as well. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
worst case scenario, if there's only one game on, it's a shit game. You just bring a TV out to the porch. I mean, you can do that in Arizona for sure.
Hell yeah, man.
It's not really something I want to do here in Minnesota in the winter, but
Why's that?
it's a little bit fucking cold.
Oh, oh, we don't know what the fuck, dude. Honest to God, I walked outside this morning to go to work, freezing my ass off, and then I get in my car, turn it on, and it was 63 degrees.
You can just fuck off, man.
Oh my God. And then it started sprinkling a little bit. Not snow, but rain, the liquid form of it. And that lasted for like 5 minutes, dude. It was something else.
Hmm.
Yeah, dude. And then I went
Tremendous.
to and then I went to my car during my lunch to grab my jacket because in the book, dude, it was like 68, 69, and the AC was just blowing, bro. Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
fucking cold out here too. So,
Yeah, super cold. All right. AJ,
yeah, we done?
no, before we wrap up, I want your top three teams to win the Super Bowl. Not
Packers
not
just
not your favorites, the top three in order that you think will win.
yeah, no, I understand the
Okay,
assignment.
go ahead.
Um Packers number 1. I think they are the most put together team. They can rattle off wins even when whether it's the offense or defense is lacking, they can still get wins. I'm going to throw I'm going to throw the Chiefs in at number 2 solely because I think they may have found it. Not the explosive offense that we saw from their Super Bowl run, but the Chiefs that win games but and don't cover. I think that team is back.
It's gonna be tougher, I think, because well, we'll see.
We will see.
Kelsey and Hill are both question marks because apparently both of them need a negative test
Yeah.
tomorrow morning prior to the game to be playing.
And my
But
number three,
if they're both out, I think they lose, and that changes things a little bit. Anyways,
my
just
my
a
number
little
three, I think, is
anecdote.
a clear number three, and we shouldn't be shocked by it. I mean, Patriots. They are, I think, the third best team in the NFL. You have Belichick leading that team. Yeah, Mac Jones doesn't have playoff experience, doesn't have Super Bowl experience whatsoever. However, with Belichick, with the system, it doesn't matter what game it is. Mac Jones did win a national championship, and in today's day and age, that is essentially the Super Bowl. So he's been on that type of a stage with an NFL type team. I really like the Patriots at number three. What are you thinking?
Um, I have to put the Packers number one.
Have to.
There,
You have to. From a record
there's
standpoint, a stat standpoint, you have to.
there's zero question about that. I do like the Chiefs a lot, and I can expand and go my whole top five because I think the Chiefs are in my top five, but they don't crack my top three. I like I like the
Oh, say it.
Patriots. I like the
Okay.
Patriots as my number two, but barely.
Okay.
And based on the way they've been playing recently, the Rams are my number three. But the Rams are, like I said, they're a very 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 close one with the Patriots.
Can I
And
change one of my picks?
and I know I jumped off the Rams for a little bit there, but I'm back on the Rams. I think they're a really good team still. Well, I
Can I
never
change
fully
one of my
jumped
teams?
off, but yes.
All right. I would like to drop the Chiefs because I agree with you. Top five, not top three. I would like to replace it with the Dallas Cowboys at number three.
Cowboys, by the way, probably the only other team in the NFC that has a chance at getting the first round bye, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think they get
Packers,
that first round bye along with
well,
not playing in wild card week.
because the Packers have a tiebreaker over Tampa Bay, Arizona, the Rams. The Cowboys actually have the tiebreaker currently over the Packers, oddly enough.
Yeah. So
So, well, I mean, the Packers have they play the Vikings at home and then they play at the Lions their last two game. I don't think it's going to matter. Cowboys have to play the Cardinals,
wait,
which we'll
question for
see
you.
what happens with that. But
Dak Prescott wins a Super Bowl. Is he worth the 40 mil a year or whatever he's getting paid?
no,
No?
no, Dak is a great quarterback. Dak is not a, oh my god, they fucking overpaid the shit out of him.
They did.
That's gonna that is gonna cripple their team in the future because they're not gonna have enough salary cap room to pay other people.
Yeah. No room at all. No room at all. The poor bastards.
If
But
if you're
they
gonna
did it
if
to
you're gonna
themselves.
chalk up that much money, you better have a fucking Aaron Rodgers or somebody like that. Like,
Yeah, maybe not a Dak Prescott.
well, like even like I mean, what would you think like as a Cardinals fan, like if Kyler Murray started like demanding that type of money? I think you let him
They're
go.
going to pay
You
him.
let him fucking go.
They're going to pay him. They're going to
Well, I'm
pay
not
him.
saying
If they keep Cliff
I'm not.
Kingsbury, they're going to pay him that much money. I'm not going to be happy about it.
I'm not
But
asking you what the Cardinals are going to do. I'm asking you what is the smart thing to do there. If Kyler Murray demands that much money as Dak does, I
if
think you
Kyler
fucking
gets a
let him go.
playoff win this year, if Kyler
No,
gets a
yeah,
playoff
no, no,
win
no,
this year,
but
next year, he's worth it, and I won't be upset. I don't think if he
you
can't get
think
that playoff win, if you can't win in the postseason, what are we talking about? It all matters about postseason. And then if you can't make it to the postseason, that's a whole other conversation. I think a lot rides on the next 2 years because we have Kyler Murray for 2 more years before we have to pay him. So, and I don't think we're going to do anything early because we're not going to do anything different with Cliff Kingsbury until we see that they can get to the playoffs. They're doing well now. They did well in the beginning. They can't get to the playoffs. We're not going to play them. We're going to move on. How you doing? Keep it moving. That's what we've been doing because we've got a great team around us and stuff. And yeah, if they can't get it done in the next 2 years, or at least make it to the playoffs and show a shit ton of improvement, I need to make it to an NFC Championship game within the next 2 years for me to be okay with Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury being the head of this organization for the next decade or whatever we're looking at. You know,
I yeah, I think if I was head of the Cardinals, I'm trading Kyler at as high as his stock goes.
hey,
I'm not re-signing him.
Raji probably likes the warm weather. Him and D Hop would get
I'm
along well. He likes to golf.
no, but I'm just saying if I'm GM of the Cardinals, I'd probably I mean Kyler's got a lot of trade value,
Lots of trade value right now.
and I
And
don't
running
think it's a
quarterbacks,
pop.
as we're seeing with Lamar, kind of
I
just
don't
go
think it's
down
a.
in value as it goes
I
on.
was gonna say I don't think it's a popular opinion, but I don't think Kyler Murray's built to like have a sustainable NFL career.
He's not. He's too small. He's not big enough. And that is not a knock on him as a quarterback or anything like that because he is still making incredible plays and playing
But
incredible football, but it's a
he's
health
just
thing.
short.
It's a health
He's
thing. He takes a
and
couple of
and
these
he's
hits from
short.
these 300-pound, yeah, and he's short. No, yes, he's very short. But, taking some of these hits as a 5 foot something quarterback against these 6 foot something 300-pound linemen, like that's gonna take long term effect faster than it does on a Big Ben, Aaron Rodgers, or something like that.
Well,
Even
they
though Lamar
mentioned it.
Jackson, who's a little bit bigger, got some more muscle on him and everything.
Well, they mentioned it today in the Packers game about Baker, like his I think
Yeah,
second interception of the game, about the fact that he's barely 6'1", and he has trouble seeing over his offensive linemen that are most of them are 6'3" to 6'6". Like these offensive linemen are tall, and he has trouble seeing over his offensive linemen. And like they were alluding to the fact that that might have been part of the issue with one of his interceptions he threw today.
no, yeah,
Um,
absolutely. And if you look at
in
Kyler,
the
like he was missing
NFL,
a lot of slants and stuff that was over the lineman. You know what I mean?
well, Kyler's fucking 5'11", so it's
Yeah.
even more of a struggle. I
Oh,
feel like you kind of a lot of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL, a lot of the guys that do way better than the others. I mean, you have these shorter, mobile guys who have some success, but if you're throwing out of the pocket, like you got to be 6'4", 6'5". Like you have to see over the offensive line.
yeah. No, I 100% agree.
When your vision
100%
is
agree,
clouded
Noah.
because you're shorter, it just doesn't work as well. And like I'm not trying to bash anyone's talent or anything, but like, yeah, I mean, sometimes that natural height is important. Same thing in basketball. Like, you could have
Yeah.
the complete, you could have the complete, perfect, wonderful skill set of a center, but if you're 6'4", you're not playing fucking center in the NBA.
Yeah, you're
Like
just not. You just can't.
you can't teach height and you can't teach size.
Nope, you really can't. You really can't, Noah. Well, with that being said, it's been a long day. It's been a long weekend. We got a big day ahead of us tomorrow. Full slate of NFL, NBA, college basketball, NHL may be back after the new year. I know the
20,
Coyotes game
20
on the 27th. Well, the Coyotes game on the 27th was just postponed, so look
Oh,
for more to maybe come.
news to me.
Yeah. So it'll be
Fucking
interesting to see what happens there.
Santa Claus sprinkled COVID over everybody's household, so
Yeah, it'll be. We'll see what happens. But hey, we'll be here to cover it because that's what we fucking do. We cover sports and the sports news and the betting and all of that. And we're going to keep doing that. Again, a very Merry Christmas from all of us here at Degenerate Takes. Hope Santa brought you a shit ton of parlays and everything today that actually hit. Let me tell you, he left a lot of losers in my stocking today. But hey, we'll see what happens next time. Packers, Cardinals played today. We do appreciate you suffering through
Santa
listening to
loves the
us talk
Packers.
about our two favorite teams. Hey, fuck off, Noah.
Jesus
Anyway,
loves the
we'll be
Packers.
back. Fuck off. We'll be back later this week with not only a recap of NFL Week 16, but also of all the bets for New Year's, all the bets for the weekend and everything, and also dropping
Um,
tonight will be our 4-part college football playoffs for the next couple days. I mean, the college football
we
bowl games, excuse me. Or was that 5 parts?
uh 4 parts so far. We will be hitting the two semifinal games in the
Yes.
college football playoff, as well as the New Year's Six, and the one fucking bowl that's like January 4th by LSU and Kansas State, which is super fucking late for some reason.
Yeah.
But
It is what it
we
is.
will be we will be covering the rest of those, our semifinals on the college football playoff at a date that has not been
TBD.
yet announced. That will be soonish.
Yes. So yeah, we'll figure it out, but it'll be posted. Just go ahead and turn on that notification that says, "Hey, Degenerate Takes just posted a new video." It'll spam you tonight, and we do apologize for that, but in the long term, it'll be better for you and ourselves. Anyway, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next time on. What?
If I was just gonna say, if you are a Michigan State or Ohio State fan, you're really going to want to tune in for that one, because I can guarantee you, I probably will be bashing Michigan like no other. AJ
Oh,
might
no,
join
that's all
me
we do.
in bashing Michigan, but I just want to say, if you're Michigan State, Ohio State, you're probably going to love it, because we are going to, no spoilers, but we might be tearing Michigan apart.
To shreds, not only Michigan State, but Michigan itself. It's going to be a fun time, Noah. And yep, we'll see you next time on Degenerate.